years, not academically. So I'm a student for 4, and then I stay here and work at the college, part of the athletic department. It was fantastic. That's where I got to know Coach Carter. I went to school with Coach Rizzo, and we could end this conversation now, and we could just tell stories, but we won't do that. But y'all can see me after. Come see me. But so coming back to this campus, and I've since moved to Seattle, so I don't come to Whittier that often, but I have stayed connected with the school. And you know, as you get out of school, you kind of distance yourself, and you just want to, you go out and start, whether it's family or career, but then you slowly come back around. And I just encourage everyone not to lose ties with the school. It continues to be family. It continues to be, familiar, and it's fantastic now to come here and see what's been done to the campus. And as Julie mentioned, what's been going on in the athletic department and just the school itself. We've got great leaders here at the school right now. The faculty has always been top and stellar. That continues to be, but the infrastructure around the school is fantastic to see. So just some encouragement there. What do you take away, or what did I take away from my experience here? It was a very well-rounded, both from an academic standpoint, athletic standpoint, but also socially. I developed lifelong friends here, met my wife to be here. I mean, so the connections to the school run deep. And not, the list was not as long, but I had a lot of success, a lot of fun. The team aspect of athletics to me is kind of what I'll talk about now, as that translates into life. To me, as an employer, and as I talk to individuals that are looking for a job, whether it's the first job or after many years, when I see team athletics, and I don't care if you play tennis or football, it's a team sport. You're representing your school. You all have a place, you all have a position, you all have a role to play within your team. The lessons you learn through athletics, especially at an institution like this, are invaluable. You work with others, you rely, but you have to own what your area of responsibility is. You deal with adversity, you deal with challenges, and that's on the fly. It could be from one possession to the next. I mean, how are you going to change? So you are getting some experiences that you don't even know and realize yet. Those will transfer into your life, your professional life. And also, 2 years here, I played varsity basketball for 2 years, second place 2 years in a row, which you talk to my mom, it's like, oh honey, it's fantastic, you're in second place, it's great. It didn't quite get there. So you start asking yourself the question, well, if I'd done this or I'd done that. So you learn early, put yourself in a position, you don't ask those questions of yourself. I would have done this or could have done that. You just maximize what you can do. So I learned that lesson here both academically and athletically as I moved into my adult life. The past is the past, but you control what's going on right now, whatever that is, to be the best at whatever you're going to be. But you just apply yourself. Don't put yourself in a position where you go, oh, if I'd only done this or only done that. It's really important. But a couple takeaways for me from taking all of your experience now to in whatever field you go into would be prepared. You prepare endlessly for what you do today, whether it's school or athletics. You practice, you study. That doesn't change. You don't walk into an interview, you don't walk into a room unprepared. You just need to continue to prepare, over-prepare. That instills confidence. Preparation equals confidence. One of my favorite words is urgency. So I'm in the commercial real estate world, which basically we take care of big buildings and the folks that are in them, and we sell them and lease them, and we manage them and make sure everybody's happy inside those buildings. Kind of a simplistic view of what we do. What we really do is we manage investment for folks, large pension funds or whatever. So we're managing investments. To find people to succeed in that field, the level of urgency and understanding what urgency means is the difference between being an average to a very good employee. And you don't really teach that. But being an athlete, you have that. I mean, you don't just casually go through a season or a game. You come out and you understand when you have to get from here to there, you do it. I always say, it's easier to pull someone off the pile than to throw somebody on it. And people look at me like, are you insane? It's like, no, a loose ball, if you're going to dive for that ball, in the real world, maybe you don't need to be that aggressive. You can tone that back down. But if you